the Walther PDP, the gun James Bond wished he had. One of the most overlooked and underrated pistols of the season. First review coming at you right now. Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. Phil with the USCCA. Today we're looking at the Walther PDP. This is their newer model of their striker-fired pistol. It has a 4-inch barrel. It has 1.34-inch width on it, pretty similar to the size of a Glock 19. Everything on this gun seems to be built pretty well. So we have good stippling on the grip. We have two adjustable back straps, so I can pull this one off and throw on a different back strap if I need it a little fatter, a little thinner. Optics cut upper on there. Good attention to detail building in that serration for the racking. Good front slide serrations on the front for press checking, or if you're a cool guy want to load that way. Ambi controls on both sides of the gun, so we have ambi slide release, and the magazine release can be flipped for you southpaws out there. Factory sights, good, not great. I do like that the rear is adjustable, so we have two small set screws in there that can be adjusted for elevation, and then that front sight is very similar. It's a polymer similar to a Glock 19 from the factory. Standard 1913 pick rail up front for your Surefire Streamlight flashlights if you want to put it on there. Really nice thing is the oversized trigger guard on this thing, so if you are shooting when it's cold, gloves not an issue. The grip feels really good in the hand. I have medium-sized hands, and it gets me down right to that base of where the magazine's going to go into the gun there. Trigger on this thing advertises 5.34 pounds. It's actually pretty nice. Very little take up, little bit of a wall. Good crisp break, feels pretty good. So not super springy on the reset, so it doesn't throw your finger out of the hole. So far it's nice. I like the trigger on this gun. We got about 50 rounds through the gun right now, and it's shooting really good. We haven't had any problems at all. So we're going to take it out. We're going to shoot a couple accuracy drills at the 7, 10, 15, and then out to the 25. And then we're going to just run some standard pistol drills. We're going to get over to the 100 and shoot out there at 50 and 100, and then close it out with some steel run and gun stuff with some reloads in there, and we'll see what it does. Sound effects. 7-yard accuracy testing with the Walther PDP. We're not expecting really any spread from here, but it's just a good metric for me to see where we're hitting at that FBI self-defense statistic. Okay, so left target A zone, 7 yards. Wowza. Mikey likey. Cool. I'm pretty darn pleased with that. We stacked 2 in there. So first shot, second shot, third shot, 7 yards, self-defense capable. Awesome. All right, so now we'll bump back to the 10-yard line and see if we can continue holding tight groups there. Let's try to stack in a 3x5. All right, 10-yard accuracy testing, Walther PDP. Let's see if we can stack them in there again. Well, the first one was a flyer for sure. That's on me. Herky jerky. First shot, second shot, third shot. So maybe I can shoot a little faster. We'll do that at the 15. I'll shoot a little faster at the 15. 15-yard accuracy test with the Walther. Let's see what you do. Okay. We got it. So 7, 10, 1, 2, 3 for the 15. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. It's always like a point of contention, right? When you get a gun and you got to swap out the sights and put on aftermarket stuff. I would probably look for something a little more narrow as far as the front sight goes on this, but I do like that adjustable backside on there. So 7, 10, and 15 yards. What do we got? About a fist with one flyer out at the 10, and that is on me doing a little bit of too much of that over gripping. All right, so we'll go 25 yards, headshot, and see what we got. All right, 25 yard, we're gonna put it on the shot timer, headshot from the high ready. See what she does. Here we go. One, 3, 0. Eyes are getting bad. He snuck it in there. We call that a line breaker. Cool. All right, let's shoot 1 3-shot group from the 25 in the head box and just see if we can hold all in that little credit card there, just as a close out to the accuracy drill. And then we'll go over to the 100, shoot at the 50 and the 100 on some steel. All right, 25 yards, 3-shot group for the head. Let's see if we can stack them in the credit card there. Nope. First one's a flyer. Oh, we got a line for, well, that ain't gonna count in no competition. First, second, third. So not too bad. What do you got? 3 inches? 2.5 inches? That's not terrible. So, hey, as far as no red dot, factory sights, and this isn't their pro model with all the Gucci stuff on there, I'm super pleased with that. I'm actually really happy with that accuracy out of this gun from 7 to 25. And we'll see what it does at the 50 and the 100. We got some steel out there, so we'll just hear the pings. We're not looking for really grouping, right? That's just more, honestly, the capabilities of me with the platform. But hey, I'm totally pleased with that. So we'll jump over there and then we'll come back and run some standard pistol drills, 2-2-1-2-2s, L-Pres, and a bill drill, and kind of start talking about that recoil management and how this thing reloads. So, cool. All right, guys, now we got the Walther at the 100-yard line, a 66% E-type at 50, and then we got a 24-inch gong out at the 100. Let's see what it can do. Thing swings, man. All right, out to the 100. Oh, cool. Not too bad. What is that? 3 for 5. Had a misser on the 50-yard swinger. So the gun is totally capable. We talked about it a little bit with those adjustable irons in the rear. Gives us a little bit of adjustment from the factory, which is cool. We still have that real kind of chunky front sight like you would get on a Glock. So shooting out to that 100, we're taking up that 24-inch gong out there is obliterated by these front sights. But cool, we can get the hits. It's good at 100. Let's go set up some steel shoots for fun. The bill drill, 6 shots, 7 yards on the clock. A-zone hits what we're looking for. We don't have a holster, so we'll go high ready. We will add half a second to the time at the end and see where we're at. Billiam drill. Here we go. I think we snuck it in. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots. Ooh. In a 198. Cool. Well, they're not a tight group by any means, not like our actually testing, but controllability, pretty good. All right, so we'll go back now. We're gonna shoot 10 shots, 5 sets of controlled doubles. And we do this for our videos because I'm focusing on, when I'm shooting these, is what is that gun doing initial shot, and then where's the return. So a lot of that has to do with me as the shooter. Obviously, am I gripping too hard, too light? But I'm more looking at the grip angle of where's my natural rest point. So I'm gonna try to get it to go straight up and straight back down to the middle. So 5 sets of controlled pairs at 7. Let's check it out. From the 7. Okay, interesting. These are always pretty interesting to do, and I think it's a good little metric to shoot so that you know, the more that you know about what the gun does when we shoot it, the better, obviously, right? So we have that cluster here. The recoil on this is different than like the Sig Fuse, or even like my Glock 19 or the Staccato, right? So every gun does something a little bit different. It's based on the grip and just all the little things that the manufacturers put into these. For a gun that is 4-inch barrel, decent sized gun, pretty good. I'm actually super impressed. That recoil for this is pretty darn straight up and down. Where like when I shoot SIGs, I get that up left and then back down. But I will say, you can get these for $540 for like a beginner pistol. That's pretty good. I think that's one thing that drives a lot of people away from shooting is you get a gun that's real snappy and you're carrying it and you don't shoot well with it, so it's kind of discouraging. This, I felt like that recoil was really nice on that. So super pleased with it. Let's run some drills now where we do a little bit of target transitions and see where we get our hits at. And we're gonna do it 7 yards on the clock, left to right with the Walther. Hi, ready. We had another Charlie. That first round, I am just yanking that bad boy over. Cleaned it up right after. Alpha, 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 Charlie. These were good. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we shot a really weird 2 cadence here. Did 2 and then another 2. We're gonna run a El Prez now. Same kind of thing on the clock and see. Time on that, 5-3-0 for, what is that, 12 shots in a 5-3-0 with 1 Charlie. And I don't know how to calculate hit factor, so it is what it is. El Presidente drill, 6 shots, reload 6 shots from the 7-yard line on the clock. We're gonna go right to left, left to right, hopefully get all A-zone hits. Here we go. Ah. 10, 7, 8, the reload hung me up. 1, 2, 3, 4, all in. These are so hard to see now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we're just gonna work some reloads from the belt and see kind of how it feeds and how fast we can do. We're trying to bring 1 reload ones back to YouTube. So let's go do a couple. All right, 1 reload 1. We're gonna make them cool again. So about 9 yards on the clock, and I'm just trying to make sure that I can get the mag into the gun without the enhanced mag well. The Pro has more of a flared mag well on it, where this one's pretty narrow. We'll see. On the clock. Three, 4, 8. Let's run another one. 3, 1, 3. Detroit. See if we can get 2 hits. If we get that under 3, that'd be good. Here we go. There it is. 261 faster. Cool. Not terrible. So a lot more manufacturers are coming out with guns from the factory with a little bit of a flared mag well, right? We see that with the SIG Fuse. Our Shadow systems have that kind of flared mag well. A lot of the SIGs do too. Even the Glock Gen 5s have a little bit of a pronounced flare on it. This one's pretty standard. Kind of reminds me of an old like Gen 3 Glock. One thing that I dislike about guns that kind of have this grip setup on it is this little lip here, and I don't know what it is for me, but it always seems to get in the way of me reloading the gun. I'd almost sacrifice that extra ½ inch there to have this extend all the way to the bottom and give just a little bump out. For whatever reason, this thing always, I get that the teeth on the 9mm round or whatever will catch on that, and then I'm trying to slam it in there, and it's always a little bit slower, but it's not a make or break. They do have an option with the Pro Series. So let's set up a little bit of a course of fire here, shoot some plate racks, some paper, a little bit of shooting on the move. That's always a good thing to kind of test, as well as when I'm moving, is the gun doing what I want it to do as I'm moving and shooting. So that's what we're going to do. Set up plate racks, some steel, and then some paper. And then we will close it out. All right, the final boss stage. We got a little bit of course fire set up here. Moving plate racks with a gong, 25-yard plate rack, some failure to stop drills on the move, closing it out with a 20-yard hostage shot on our ID targets down there. We'll put it on the clock just to induce a little stress. That's the first time we engaged that slide stop today. Second time. Ooh, cool. Well, we had some good, we had some bad, and we had some ugly. So that's 2 times in a little bit, what is it, 35.77. So little bit of stress induced shooting, and missed a couple on that far 30-yard plate rack back there. We engaged that slide stop 2 times just during that course. So kind of let everything go out the window where I was just focused on shooting, and we had some hiccups there. Shot this clean on the move. That was nice. Take a look. 1, 2. We faded that one bad. And then alpha, alpha. They ain't gonna give it to me. And then we put a really nice shot on that headshot there. Didn't take too much time either. That felt good. That was a good sight picture. So the culminating drill, a little run and gun, and we finally hit a failure point with how my grip is with this gun, which was the worry from the start. So for what it is, it can multi-purpose, right? Like this could be a concealed carry gun or even a home defense gun. We have the option from the factory to put everything on here that we would want to soup this thing up, trick it out, do what we want to do. We can throw a red dot on there, our standard flashlights, so it becomes a home defense gun very quickly. but I like it. And we got more videos coming out. We got different guns and torture testing and the whole gamut to put them really to the test, to get them to that 1,000-round review before we give it a definite yes or no. But as far as entry-level $550 gun, absolutely. And this is a gun I never would have decided to pick up had it not been so highly recommended online as kind of an overlooked, underrated gun. And I agree with that so far. So I want to thank Guns GDC for sending this out. Check out their link below. It's in the description. They have everything you could ever want there. And also in that description box, there is the USCCA concealed carry map. It tells you where you have reciprocity if you travel a lot. So if you're going to a different state with your pistol, that'll tell you if you're good to go so you don't get hemmed up. Stay tuned. We got more coming at you. We'll see you next time. Sound effects. 7-yard actually test with the Walther.